Community schools and partnerships between schools and communities they serve have become popular because of the failure of the test based accountability movement to improve student achievement for poor children and children of color, according to Blank and Villarreal in 2015. Test accountability does not address the stress, isolation from other people, health disparities, chronic absenteeism, the impact of poverty on learning, or the growing diversity of students in the country. Online schools can offer flexible, student centered learning that engages students in the types of independent learning that prepares them for work after they complete high school. At my school, for example, Insight School of Michigan, the flexible nature of online classes allows for bi weekly virtual college tours for seniors, juniors, or any other interested students. Colleges and universities send representatives to deliver virtual presentations to students that get the students excited about attending college. I've attended some of these myself, and it's amazing to me the quality of the questions that students ask, the level of engagement that students have in the presentations. For a lot of our students who don't know a lot about college, just what they see in movies, to have someone come from an actual college and talk to them about the actual requirements for getting into college, how to actually pay for it, and what their life will be like on campus is very exciting for them. And they ask tons of questions. They're very involved and very engaged in the presentations, and they always have questions to ask. Colleges benefit too because the colleges get increased publicity and more students learn about the school that it exists and what kind of options that the school offers, and the students benefit because they have a connection to post-secondary education and a vision for how that school uh, could look for them. Collaboration between multiple schools and community organizations is easier to create due to the expansion of online communication tools. According to Salisbury, virtual schools must meet the same accreditation standards as any other type of school that is a member of the Advanced Ed organization. Although the continuous improvement process emphasizes the involvement of all stakeholders, the leadership of any school is ultimately responsible for making certain that standards are met. Online school leadership is uniquely positioned to make connection between the members of the school, the students, and the community at large. Online school leadership can begin the process of success by monitoring student retention, attendance, and engagement data from the beginning of the year. This early intervention allows leadership to find patterns, activate an early alert system, focus on at risk students, and offer effective entrance orientations for online learning. These recommended strategies can and should involve all stakeholders in the community to ensure that students are supported at all times. Students can also benefit from using advanced collaboration tools. Working online gives schools the tools they need to work together. The skills that students gain in using online collaboration tools are transferable, as students may use similar or even the same tools once they complete high school. Schools that have students at one school talk to students at another school virtually. National competitions and events involve multiple schools, and communication tools like Zoom, email, and Facebook all allow students to see the world at their fingertips. Students can also use these tools to communicate with their school advisors and teachers when they need assistance when completing schoolwork. According to Moljana and Luo, fostering synergy among all stakeholders, including encouraging advisors to communicate with students, promoting collaboration between faculty and advisors, administrators asking advisors and faculty for feedback and insights, and peer mentoring are beneficial strategies for improving online schools. These strategies can be made easier through the use of online communication tools. Through practice and repeated use, students will learn the skills they need to become part of the 21st century workforce. Online schools, by their very nature, involve families as much as possible. Because students and their support systems are primarily responsible for work completion, online schools must constantly communicate with them. At community schools, families are seen as valuable resources for the education of their children. Such collaboration between teachers and parents helps create a more welcoming, respectful, and supportive culture and climate across the entire school. Online schools support families by communicating with each family at the school at least once a month outside of regularly scheduled classes. This does not include time when students and learning coaches, if they choose, can come to a class connect session at any time, talk with the teacher in a private chat, or even ask questions to the teacher directly, either during the class or after the class period is over. Online schools generally employ more family friendly policies as well to support student growth, such as the elimination of arbitrary due dates, increased ability to access class outside of school hours, allowing students to work ahead or catch up because the content's available for students to access at any time, and more flexibility in when teachers are available to meet with students. These changes can help students and families succeed online when they may have struggled in a brick and mortar setting. Other community school programs in other states have shown similar levels of growth for students. In addition to benefiting students, community schools on the whole have tangible financial benefits to offer businesses as well. A study by the Finance Project shows that community schools return $10 to $14 in social benefits for each dollar invested. Online schools are less expensive to operate and require less startup costs than their brick and mortar counterparts. And even though they are less expensive, online community schools have the potential to show similar levels of success as their brick and mortar counterparts. A recent Child Trends meta analysis found that community schools support young people's needs, reduce grade retention and dropout rates, and increase attendance, math achievement, and grade point averages. Similar studies have taken place in Chicago showing that schools that have community school characteristics were more successful in terms of academic achievement in reading and writing, as well as reducing chronic absenteeism. Online education seems to work best for students at extreme ends of a continuum of learning. Students who are gifted, driven, and have strong support systems at home tend to benefit more from online learning. The support systems benefit from the increased communication and school contact, while the students use the autonomy that online education provides as practice for future employment, where students who become adults are required to make their own decisions rather than waiting on someone else to tell them how to best do their job. On the other hand, students with special needs or medical conditions that make brick and mortar classroom attendance and performance difficult or maybe even impossible also can thrive in the online learning environment. Flexible schedules and innovative technology such as speech to text and text to speech software, the ease of submitting audio and video format assignments that remove the barrier of typing and handwriting, and the removal of travel and distractions allow students to focus solely on the content and perform at their highest level. These two groups of individuals have much to offer businesses. Gifted, autonomous students could potentially create innovative products, may require less training, and could potentially increase productivity amongst themselves and their coworkers. Additionally, students with special needs offer employers benefits as well. Social contact with individuals with special needs increases empathy. Empathy is a valuable social skill that improves companies' ability to work as a team to achieve goals, and companies can also engender goodwill within the society itself and serve the public interest by hiring neurodiverse individuals. Virtual schools can also offer virtual career days. Schools can invite members from the local community to come and present information about what students can expect from working and living life after high school. Inside School of Michigan holds yearly career events where students can communicate directly with employed adults to ask questions and learn the employability skills and dispositions they will need to maintain jobs after they complete high school. We also hold transitions fairs to work specifically with students with special needs to connect those students with members of the community who can assist them with life after high school. Schools can also send students to virtual career day events as well. Students at Inside School of Michigan recently attended the Kent County Virtual Career Fair in April 2021. At this conference, they learned what sorts of jobs are available in their area, how to apply to those jobs, and made valuable networking and business contacts, which they can use once they complete high school to begin working as adults. Ultimately, it's easier and less expensive to invite guest speakers to present to students virtually rather than paying to fly guest speakers across the state or even across the country to present to a group of students. Because of the decreased cost and increased access of bringing in guest speakers and resources from outside the classroom, online schools are uniquely positioned to interact with the community at large. This flexibility, ease, and lack of expense allows students to benefit from the full gamut of community school offerings at an online community school. K 12 Stride has already instituted many community school programs. Teachers at any individual K 12 Stride school receive daily and weekly emails updating them about the vision of the online community schools and resources available for teachers and students. The company acts as the leadership group for setting the vision of online schools and developing the policy for online schools under its purview. The community wide leadership group is responsible for setting the overall vision, developing policy, aligning resources, and outlining accountability plans to build and sustain a system of community schools. A school wide school leadership team is responsible for school based decision making, which includes planning and implementation and satisfying local needs that align with the school's academic mission. Individual schools, like Inside School of Michigan, implement goals that align with the K 12 Stride mission, as well as with the authorizers at Central Michigan University. Partnerships between schools, K 12 Stride, Central Michigan University, our students and parents, local area businesses, other colleges and universities, and the community itself benefit each of those groups, and everyone involved will benefit at the end of the day. Ultimately, online schools need the help of the community to level the playing fields for students receiving an education online. For online community schools to succeed, key components include early intervention for struggling students, always available support for students, faculty support, active interaction between instructors and students, sound pedagogy, course design and delivery, and fostering synergy among stakeholders. Given that student needs in the online space are different from students' needs in brick and mortar schools, community schools should work together to ensure that a continuum of services are provided for online students. Tutoring programs, both peer tutoring and outside of school tutoring, can help students stay engaged in their classes. One study verified that intervention in the form of outreach and resources sharing engendered lower attrition rates, according to Molina and Luo. Even here, though, the support provided to online students was not as effective or adequate as the support for on campus students. Only through collaboration with their local communities and recognition of online school as an equal partner to brick and mortar schools as options for student achievement can online schools offer equitable options for students. Offering equitable options and allowing students to make the choice for which option works best for them should be the goal of all schools, both online, offline, and hybrid schools.